webinar is starting with the introduction to cybersecurity. Okay, so let's go and explore more about cybersecurity. So basically, let's imagine an employee at his computer working with data, and in the background, a hacker secretly accesses his company's confidential files. Means, in short, nothing but the data. The hacker steals sensitive information and sells it to the criminals, who then hold the company ransom for a profit. So, see, it sounds like a something out of a movie, but unfortunately, it's a common occurrence in today's online landscape. This is why cybersecurity has become such a vital part of any business strategy, and cybersecurity specialists are in demand now more than ever. So let's explore more about cybersecurity. What is cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is nothing but the process that designed to protect networks and devices from external threats. Okay. So businesses typically employ cybersecurity professionals to protect their confidential information, maintain employee productivity, and enhance customer confidence in products and services. Okay. So the word of cybersecurity revolves around the industry standards of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay. So confidentiality is also nothing but the privacy. Privacy means data can be accessed only by authorized party. Yeah, absolutely. Then if we talk about integrity, integrity means information can be added, altered, or removed by only by authorized user. And availability means systems, functions, and data must be available on demand according to agreed upon parameters. Yeah. So many of you may know about the cybersecurity. Okay. So the main element of cybersecurity is the use of authentication mechanisms. For example, a username identifies an account that user wants to access, while a password is a mechanism that proves the user is who he claim to be. Okay. So let's talk about the types of cyber crimes. Because see, we are just finding out the cyber crimes, okay, or we are just detecting the cyber crimes by in the cybersecurity. Okay. So let's see the various types of out the cyber crimes. So cyber crimes is an unauthorized activity involving a computer device or network. Okay. The three types are computerized assisted crimes, crimes where the computer itself is a target, and crimes where the computer is incidental to the crime rather than the directly related to it. So you can say that uh, cyber criminals usually try to profit of their crimes using a variety of tactics, which includes denial of services, also called as DOS. Okay, where a hacker consumes all of servers resources, so there is nothing for legitimate users to access. Okay. Secondly, malware. So where victims are hit with a worm or virus that renders their devices useless. Okay. We have the man in the middle again. So here, a hacker puts himself between a victim's machine and a router to sniff data packets. And this is again the very common cyber crime, which is nothing but the phishing. Okay. Where a cyber where a hacker sends a seemingly legitimate looking email asking users to disclose personal information. Okay. So like we have so many types of cyber crimes, but these are the few most common cyber crimes. Okay. So after that, what motivates cyber criminals? Okay. So the main motive behind the cyber crime is to disturb the regular business activity and critical infrastructure. Cyber criminals also commonly manipulate stolen data to benefit financially, cause financial loss, damage a reputation, achieve military objectives, and propagate religious or political benefits. Some don't even need a motive and might hack for fun or simply to showcase their skills. So, who are these criminals? Okay. So, basically, these criminals are nothing but the, you can say, the black hat hackers. Okay. So, these black hat hackers use fake identities to conduct malicious activities for a profit. Then we have another great hat hackers. Okay. They work both malicious intent and as legitimate security analyst. Okay. And see, okay, and you can say that this is a the cybersecurity specialist. Okay. Or you can also say that these white hat hackers work as security analysts to detect and fix flaws and protect against malicious hackers. Okay. So likewise, we have so many different hackers. Okay. Depending upon the different situation. So this is, you can say that the basic introduction about cyber security. Okay. So let's move to the introduction to data science. Okay. And see, we are going to use data science in cybersecurity domain. Okay. To just find out the cyber crimes or detect cyber crimes or frauds. Okay. So basically, data science is the science of extracting insights from the data. Okay. And in the name itself, you can see that data word is there. So which means we are gonna use the data. Okay. We apply some analysis, we apply some statistical methods on that, and then we just find out the threats or frauds. Okay. So this is again the another, you can say that the simpler definition of data science. So data science is a deep study of massive amount of data, which extracting meaningful insights from any kind of data that is processed using the scientific methods, different technologies, and algorithms. Okay. So these algorithms are nothing but the deep learning algorithms or machine learning algorithms, or you can say that some statistical modeling as well. So after that, okay, Here, this is a new term, which is a cybersecurity data science. Okay. So as we know, the central idea behind cybersecurity is nothing but the data security. Okay. And cybersecurity data science is a relatively new method of implementing data science to detect, prevent, and reduce cybersecurity threats. Most cyber attacks compromise and organizations store data and put it to use in fraudulent activities. Okay. Cybersecurity uses data science to keep digital devices, services, their systems, and software safe from cyber attacks. Okay. And when we have a large amount of data, so it can be very difficult to manage without the help of data scientists. Okay. Data scientists are nothing but the you can say that the professionals of data science. So using data science to analyze big data is an effective way of identifying financial and other types of security risk and proactively averting cyber attacks plans. So this kind of analysis gives data scientists a platform to make recommendations for how to detect threats. So a predictive approach increases the efficacy of security measures surrounding sensitive data and make the system exceedingly resistant to infiltration. Okay. So how data science improves cybersecurity? So as we know, as the use of technology rises, the process of securing large system becomes more complicated. Additionally, an increasing number of organizations are correcting, processing, and storing highly sensitive customer information. This has increased the threat level from cyber criminals who want to acquire this data from. As we know, cybersecurity, okay, which means we are just protecting our data. Okay, but this webinar's topic is different. Okay. Here, with the help of data, okay, we are gonna find out the threats and frauds which happened in the past, and from that, we will just prevent our future attacks. How data science improve cyber security? So as we know, basically there are a lot of methods, lot of techniques in the data science. Okay. And by using those methods, those techniques, okay, we can apply in the cyber security. Now see, basically, yes, yeah, please wait. That's what I'm telling. Okay, how to, like, how data science improves cybersecurity. Okay, so see, basically, with the help of data science, we can just find out the detect. We can detect, or we can find out the frauds. Okay, which will happen in the future. Okay, so if we have the past data, so we can easily apply data science, and then we can easily use that method or that data science technique, okay, to find out the, or to prevent, or to detect the future crimes. Okay, if we want to apply data science, okay, in cybersecurity, okay, then we should have a data, okay, of that related topic. Okay, then we can simply apply data science, and we can just find out the anomalies, we can find out the threats or frauds from the data. Okay, and as we know, see, after finding out the how the, like, the frauds happen, okay, or the how the fraud transaction is there, so see, we can find out, or we can predict, or we can just say that prevent the future frauds. Okay, or future threats. let's discuss about how data science improves cybersecurity. So basically, by using uh, data science, we can, or data science techniques, we can easily just improve cybersecurity. Now, basically, here you can say that hackers have a variety of ways they can intrude different systems, and they are notorious for constantly changing their tools, styles, and methods to make themselves harder to catch. Okay, so that's why early intrusion detection is very critical. So using data science helps organizations supply machine learning algorithms with current and historical information about such intrusions. Okay, so this kind of analysis finds patterns that help detect intrusions so organizations can better manage their systems and predict future attacks before they happen. So with machine learning algorithm, okay, machine learning is nothing but a subset of data science, okay, a subpart of data science. So with machine learning algorithms, you can detect loopholes in your security environments before hackers can. Okay. So secondly, we have a data protection. So as we know, traditional security measures help an organization reduce its susceptibility to attacks, but data science helps reinforce these security measures even further. With applied data science, organizations have the chance to develop im- impenetrations protocols via machine learning algorithms. Okay, then we have behavioral analytics. Okay, so detecting and identifying malware is an important first step in preventing attacks, but you also want to understand the hacker's behavior. With a combination of data science and machine learning tools, an organization can amalgamate different data sets and find correlations in the system and networks logs. This uncovers patterns that make it easier to predict a hacker's future behavior, thus allowing your organization to implement the best prevention measures. Okay, and more accurate predictions. So companies develop a real world hypothesis, because uh, hypothesis about security risk instead of making educated guesses in a laboratory. This helps organization understand their security landscape better and collect data more quickly and from a wider range of samples to better inform deep learning and training on detecting malware and spams. This helps ensure fewer false positive regarding spam and malware detection, so you can set up better preventive measures. Okay, so after this, how to learn data science. So as we saw the cybersecurity, we saw the introduction of all the cybersecurity data science. Okay, we saw the all about the data science. Okay, but how to learn data science? Okay, so see, there are few important parts in data science. Okay, and with the help of those, you can easily learn data science. So first one is nothing but the programming language. You should know any one programming language, at least one programming language. Okay, so either Python or R, or if you know both, then it's very good. Okay, then second thing is that you should know some part of mathematics, like statistics and probability, linear algebra, differential calculus. Okay, then as we know, in machine learning, okay, we have different types of machine learning: regression, classification, and reinforcement. And with the help of that, we can solve different types of problems, okay, by using machine learning. So in machine learning itself, okay, uh, for building algorithms, okay, we used a statistics or mathematics. Okay, so if you know mathematics, then you can easily just learn machine learning algorithms. Okay, then web scraping. Okay, like just extracting data from the web. Okay, by using different libraries. And here you can see that the two very most common and useful libraries, okay, of Python, which is nothing but beautiful soap and urllib. Okay, and then after learning these many things, okay, you can easily go and you can easily analyze the data. Okay, and you can easily visualize too. Okay, so in data analysis and visualization, you should know data wrangling, exploratory data analysis, what is feature engineering, matplotlib. These are the libraries for performing data analysis as well as the visualization. Okay, matplotlib and seaborn. So see, basically in regression, as we know, see, there are three main types. Okay, supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. But see here, in supervised learning, okay, we are using a regression. Okay, in unsupervised learning, okay, we are just applying some classification task. But these are the, you can say that the first you can just go ahead with. Okay, and after, see, machine learning is it's not the small part, it's a very big part. Okay, but you can start with these things, then you will go in depth. Okay, and lastly, id. So see, basically we have several frameworks, okay, from where you can easily just access the Python. Okay, and two most commonly useful frameworks are nothing but the Spyder and Jupyter Notebook. Okay, we are gonna cover these two, Jupyter Notebook as well as the Spyder, okay, in this webinar. Okay, so after this, let's talk about the scope of data science. Okay, as we know, data science is the topmost profession by Glassdoor. According to Harvard Business Review, data science is the sexiest job of the 21st century. Okay, data scientists are the highly paid professionals in the world. Okay, and data is growing exponentially. This is again, you can say that the data scope, another very important scope of data science, because if we have the data, then we should just apply, we should find out the insight from that data. Then only that data is, you can say that the some relate. Okay, so with the help of data science, we can easily find out the insight from the data. Okay, so if you are a beginner, so go ahead with the, see, these are the, see, I mentioned these things. Okay, these are you should know these things. Okay, these things must, okay, to learn data science. Okay, because in machine learning, okay, there is again mathematics and statistics. Okay, so that's why you should know the some mathematics as well. Okay, so you can start with the linear algebra first. Okay, then start with the probability, and then statistics, then differential calculus. Okay, so after seeing the scope of data science, let's see the scope of data science in cybersecurity. I think, okay, so see here, basically if we talk about the various jobs in cybersecurity, data science. Okay, so see, first job is nothing but the data scientist job. So because see, there are many institutes, okay, and those who wanted to those who are using data, okay, to find out these threats and frauds from the data. So, and you know, each and every second data is coming. Okay, each and every second data is just many institutes, many tech giants are just collecting data of their consumers. Okay, so then, okay, if someone collecting the data, then he will definitely analyze the data. So for that, that institute should just have some data scientist. Okay, so then he can just find out the various insights from that data. Then as well as data engineer, those who pre-process the data, find out the data. Okay, and the cybersecurity analysis. Okay, then security data analyst. Okay, these are the various posts, or you can say that the jobs in cybersecurity data science. Okay, or just by learning as well, you can easily uh, just see the very interesting part of data science, okay, in cybersecurity. Okay, so see, this is all about the introduction about data science and cybersecurity. So let's go and apply data science, okay, in the cybersecurity. Okay, so for that, first let's go and you can download Anaconda and install it in your system. Okay, because many people are new. Okay, they don't know about Python. Okay, so that's why. So see here, just go and type download latest version of Anaconda. Okay, and in Anaconda you will see that there is Python as well as Jupyter Notebook too. Okay, so just click to this link and you will see that. Okay, from here you can easily just download the Anaconda. Okay, for your Windows as well as for your Mac OS as well as Linux and other operating systems too. Okay, and see here in the below you will find that. Okay, this this one. Okay, so you can just go and download the Anaconda installer from here. Okay, so here you will see that the 64-bit as well as the 32-bit installer. Okay, just go here and download this Anaconda installer, and after just downloading this Anaconda, okay, and installing it, you will see the Anaconda navigator like this. Okay, okay, so see, just go to the Google and type the download latest version of Anaconda. Okay, and click the first link, okay, which is this. Okay, Anaconda distribution. Okay, and click to this link, and after this you will see this Anaconda distribution. From here you can download the Anaconda installer, okay, for Windows as well as for Mac OS or Linux. Okay, and see here, okay, just scroll below and here you can find that Anaconda installer. Okay, here you will see that the different kinds of installer, okay, for different operating systems. Okay, and from here, okay, you can just simply go and download one of the installer. Okay, and after downloading it, okay, here you can see. Okay, this is how the Anaconda navigator look like. Okay, so after completion of download, just go and install it. Okay, and see, after installation you will see, just open the navigator. Okay, you will find that this the folder like this. Okay, Anaconda 364-bit. I installed this 64-bit. After installing this Anaconda, you will see the navigator like this. Okay, and in the first, okay, the Anaconda like automatically launch several frameworks like Jupyter Notebook, okay, Jupyter Lab, okay, PowerShell and Spyder. Okay, and after that, okay, according to it depends on you to launch different kinds of web frameworks. Okay, like RStudio, Orange. Okay, this here you can see that. Okay, the most common web framework is nothing but Jupyter Notebook. Okay, we are gonna use this Jupyter Notebook in the webinar as well as we are gonna use Spyder for performing the email cybersecurity threat detection. Okay, so after this, okay, just go and launch this. Okay, or see, or you can just go here, or you can open Jupyter Notebook from here as well as you can open the Spyder from here as well. Okay, so this is how the Anaconda navigator looks like. Okay, and after this, okay, after opening this, you will find that, okay, this is how the Jupyter Notebook just give you the page. Okay, web page, and here you can find that, okay, like this. Okay, and see here, just go to the folder. Okay, and open a, okay, if you wanted to open new file of Python, so you can just go here, new, and just open the new Python file. Okay, and after opening this, okay, you can easily just go and type writing your code here. Okay, like this. Okay, and run your code. Okay, then here you will see that many buttons. First button, this for to just save your file. Okay, this is to add the cell. See, I'm adding the cell. Okay, this is to cut the cell. Okay, thus just cut the cell. Okay, this is just copy the cell and paste it. Okay, this is how you can just go and copy and paste it. Okay, and if you wanted to just uh, change the index number of the cell, okay, you can just go and use these arrows. Okay, and if you wanted to run this cell, so like this, just go here and use this button, run. Okay, or with the help of buttons, okay, keyboard, you can just go and use control plus enter. Okay, with the help of this as well, you can easily run this. Okay, with the help of shift plus enter, you can easily run or execute this particular cell. Okay, after this is to stop the running. Okay, stop the particular running cell. Okay, because many times you will see that, see, this is a very basic code. Okay, in the real life, okay, when you are just applying or testing some application, so at that time, if you execute that particular cell, so it will take a lot of time. Okay, or days too. So at that time, if you don't want to do that, okay, so just go and interrupt this, means stop executing that particular cell. Okay, so like this, we have several buttons. Okay, and this here you can see that here first, okay, this is the coding cell. Okay, these all cell are nothing but the coding cell. Okay, but I can convert this coding cell into markdown cell. Okay, now why to use markdown cell? Because many times we have to just present our codes, okay, in front of our managers or team leaders. Okay, so at that time, we have to type some statements or some explanation about that code. So then you can use the markdown cell. Okay, likewise, you can use this heading cell as well. Okay, this is a particular, uh, you can say that the part of the markdown cell. Okay, in markdown cell itself, you can just create heading. Okay, like this. So with the help of hash, okay, so you can create the heading. Okay, you can create the heading. Okay, and you can change the font by using this. Okay, see, this is how you can just changing the fonts. Okay, and then simply go and run this and see, this is how the markdown cell looks like. Okay, or even you can use this not just for heading, for just typing your conclusion, typing your interpretation or explanation about that particular code. Okay, or many times you, like if you have to type the some comment, okay, itself in the coding cell, so at that time just use a hash, okay, like xyz. Okay, so this is nothing but the comment. Okay, and again I'm using the same thing. Okay, and just go and run this. Okay, see, this cell is executed. Okay, and here we got the output as well. Okay, so this is how you can just go and just use make use of markdown cell. Okay, or see, there are lot of things, okay, in the Jupyter Notebook, and as well as there are many shortcuts of Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so see, just go here. Okay, and see there are a lot of shortcuts. Okay, so if you don't want to use mouse, so then you can just use these shortcuts. Okay, and use your keyboard only. Okay, as well as see, these are the many things are over here. Okay, so with the help of this you can create the new notebook as well. Okay, you can open the new notebook, okay, which is the existed one. Okay, you can make the copy of this notebook, save it, okay, rename it, and all these things. Okay, as well as you can download this too in different formats. Okay, then here you can edit the cell. Okay, there are many ways of editing it. Then you can view the cell. Okay, then you can insert the cell. Okay, like this. Okay, this button is for inserting the cell. Okay, and here as well you can insert the cell above or below. Okay, and see, here you can see that the run the particular cell. Okay, run or select, or you can run all the cell, okay, in a one go as well. Here you can see that, okay, you can just stop executing particular code. Okay, you can restart the kernel. Okay, you can restart and clear all the outputs of your this file, Jupyter Notebook file. Okay, as well as you can change the kernel too. Okay, likewise we have so many things, and in the end you can see that there are many references. Okay, over here, if you are beginner and wanted to learn more about Python, wanted to learn how to apply different libraries, how to use different libraries of Python. Okay, so for that you can just go ahead and check these references. Okay, most commonly used libraries are nothing but the pandas and numpy library. Okay, we are gonna use matplotlib library for data visualization. We are gonna use scipy library for the same as well. Okay, as well as we can use the scipy library for many different things too. Okay, so likewise we have different Python libraries. Okay, as well as you can explore more, okay, by using this. So let's go and open the our basics of Python, because see here, okay, wait, so here also you can see. Okay, okay, so wait, someone asked me what advantage to do what advantage do data scientists have over data analysts in cybersecurity. So basically, data scientist is not just analyzing the data. Data scientist is making the prediction of the data. Data scientist is able to make the prediction of future data. Okay, he can find out the future threats, okay, in cybersecurity. But if you talk about data analyst, so basically the job of data analyst is nothing but to analyze the data and find out the past threats. Okay, so this is the main difference between the data scientist and data analyst. Okay, So see here, you can see that now this is a Jupyter notebook, and here I just open a new basics of Python file. Okay, and here you can see that the all the simple codes. Okay, starting with the first very simple code, which is nothing but the print the hello world. Okay, before start learning of any programming language, you the first code is nothing but this. Okay, so here again, okay, I have used this. Okay, I converted this cell from coding cell to markdown cell. Okay, and I executed this cell. Okay, so after that, okay, this is the first, okay, Python code, which is nothing but the hello world. Okay, print the hello world. Okay, now see why I'm doing this all these things, because many of you, those who don't know about Python, okay, so that's why it's very important to go with the basics first, and then we can just go with the applications of data science in cybersecurity domain, which is nothing but the anomaly detection as well as the email cybersecurity threat detection. Okay, so let's see uh, basics of Python first. Okay, so here you can see that the first, which is nothing but the print hello world. So this gives a output which is nothing but the hello world. So there are some criterias of Python in Python, okay, for writing the codes. Okay, so first thing is nothing but the Python indentation. We should know about Python indentation. So see, basically indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of a code line. Okay, because sometimes if you wanted to create a matlab, maximum number of lines of code, so at that time you have to use spacing or indentations. So this is nothing but the this is, yes, absolutely, this is for formatting the code. Okay, so here I have to, like, I just wanted to use a if statement. So here I just type a if statement 5 is greater than 2, and after the colon, okay, I just wanted to print this statement. If this condition, particular condition is 2, only then, okay, Python will give me the output 5 is greater than 2. Okay, so let's go and run this and see I got the output. Okay, and let's see if I didn't provide a indentation, means a space, okay, before starting the code. Okay, so let's see. So here you can see that here I got the error. Okay, and error says that this is nothing but the indentation error. Okay, so which means here the Python expected an indented block. Okay, so basically many times if you wanted to use a statement, if statement, if you wanted to apply for loop, if you wanted to apply a while loop, okay, or any different loops, as well as if you wanted to create your own functions by using def method, so at that time as well you have to use indentation. Okay, so that's why you can just use the indentation. Okay, so here you can see that, okay, this is nothing but the another two, means in this cell, okay, I typed the two statements which are if statements. Okay, and here you can see that I'm going to run this particular cell. Okay, so see, this is a space. Okay, this is a very small space, and this is the two tab space. Okay, but I got the output, okay, without any error. Okay, but here, okay, in the same space, okay, here you can see that, okay, by using a one function or one statement, I have to add the same indented or indented block. Okay, which is the same, or you can say that the same space, then only you will get the output. Okay. Now after this, okay, like I already told you how you can comment out, okay, how you can just give the comment or to your code, okay, or how you can add a any explanation about your code in the coding cell itself. Then you can simply use a hash symbol before writing your comment. Okay, so like this you can add your comment before the cell, you can add your comment after the code, and you can add your comment below to the code. Okay, as well as many times, okay, if we working with the data, so at that time we sometimes we just route a or we just write a many lines of code. Okay, but after getting the output, okay, we don't wanna just remove that particular code. Okay, so to optimize the code, okay, we just first simply, okay, in the initial stage we just simply comment out the extra coding. Okay, so for that, okay, we are gonna use the hash symbol, means this method, okay, to optimize the code as well. Okay, or you see in Python you can just go for a multi-line comments. Okay, how you can just use multi-line comments in Python? So there is a one way, okay, which is this one. Just use a double quote or single quote, but this you should use a three single quotes or three double quotes, then only you can simply able to use a multi-line comments in Python. Okay, see like this. Okay, or you can simply use this one as well. Okay, okay, so this is how you can just go for the multi-line comments. Okay, so now after this let's talk about the variables. This is the again the most important part of Python, because many time, okay, you have to use variables. Okay, so variables are just the containers for storing your data. So see here, I just wanted to store this value 5 value. Okay, so for that, okay, I have to use one variable which is x, y, or any name. Okay, and I just by using this x equal to 5, which means I store this 5 value as a x. Okay, now you can store a word as well. Okay, or you can say that this is a string. Okay, now in Python this is the number, okay, I can easily say, and this is a string value. Okay, if you wanted to store your text data, so at that time you have to use double quote, okay, to store your data in Python. Okay, and you can simply use x or y, means their variable names, or you can go ahead with the print methods for getting your outputs. But if you use a print method, then you can see that, okay, you will get the output of x as well as the output of y. Okay, but if you simply using variable names without print method, then see, okay, here we got the output of only y, not x. Okay, this is because here I didn't use print method. Okay, and because of this here I got the output of only y, the last one. Okay, and here also, okay, I'll get the output of x because x is the last one. Okay, like this. Okay, and if you want to output without any print method, okay, so just use a different cell, okay, for getting the output of each variable. Okay, so see, this is how you will see the, or you will get the output, okay, in the Jupyter notebook. Now let's talk about the, here you can see that the x equal to 4, and see here the type of x is nothing but the integer. Okay, the type of x is nothing but the integer. This is nothing but the text data, and in Python, okay, we say text data is nothing but the string data, or you can say that the str. Okay, so simply by using this, okay, print method, okay, you can get the output, as well as you can simply use a variable name to get the output. Okay, now in the number, okay, this is nothing but the number. Okay, so here, see here, in the number itself, you can convert this number into the string. You can convert this number from floating point to integer. You can convert this from integer to floating point. Okay, by using this methods only. Okay, by using this str, and in the parentheses you can simply add your variable, and you can easily convert the data type of this variable or this value. Okay, so first, this value is nothing but the 3, which is the integer, but I have to convert this integer into string. So that's why I just use a string method for converting this. Here, this is nothing but the 3.0, which is nothing but the floating point number. Okay, and I have to convert this into integer. This is a 3, which is nothing but the integer, and I have to convert this into float. Okay, so this is nothing but the casting. Okay, if you want to specify the data type of a variable, this can be done with the casting. Okay, so let's go and run this. Okay, and let's use a print method to get the output. Okay, now here you can see that here output of x is 3. Okay, but the data type of this 3 is nothing but the string, not the integer. Okay, the data type of this is nothing but the integer. Okay, we converted this 3.0, means a floating point number, into the integer like this. Okay, and lastly we converted this into the floating point number. Okay, so here you can see that many of you just confused about this string value. Okay, here I mentioned the single quote 3. Okay, in the single quote 3 value, because we know that if we converted this 3 value from integer to string, then absolutely I have to add a single quote or double quote. Okay, but with the help of print method, okay, I'll get only the output, not the single or double quote. Okay, and Python will always give you the output, okay, of a string variable in terms of single quote, not the double quote. But at the time of writing the code, you can use double quote too. Okay, so here you can see that x. Okay, and now see the output. So instead of using print method, if I use a only the variable name, so see the output. Now you can say that yes, the type of this data is nothing but the string. Okay, and you can say that, see, is str, which is nothing but the string, or you can say that the text data. Okay, so these are the very basics of Python, and at the time of writing a large code, it will be very helpful to you. Okay, so this is, again, you can just go and print the type of your variables like this. Okay, see, now here I got the output, okay, in terms of class. Here, see, this is a class, and in that output is there, integer and string. Okay, this is because of this print method. And see, in the print method, again I'm using a type method, okay, for just finding out the type of this particular variable, which is x. Okay, so in the same way I'm doing this for y as well. Okay, so see, okay, this is how you can just go and you can just play with it. Okay, so here we have the so many different things. Okay, and now after this, see, one more important thing is that many times we are just typing a variable names. Okay, at the time of writing your codes, okay, you should have to type variables names. So there are some conditions, some restriction or limitations for writing a variable name. Okay, and what are those? So basically here you can say that, okay, this is the underscore capital A equal to 5. So let me run this. See, okay, this cell executed. Okay, now this is the output. But if I'm using 3a as a variable name, so let's see the output. So this is nothing but the syntax error, okay, which says as invalid syntax. Why? Because variable names must start with a letter or underscore character. Okay, again I am repeating this one because this is very important. Okay, variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. Okay, means you can only use alphanumeric characters and underscore, okay, to write a variable name. Okay, now see here 3a is not the valid variable name, but a3 is a valid variable name. Okay, because after the first letter of variable name you can use the number. Okay, you can use underscore character or you can use letter. Okay, but you can't use any symbol like this. Okay, so here you can see that, see, this is a valid variable name. Okay, so here see, this is again the valid variable name, this is also the valid variable name, this is also the this is the invalid variable name, because here you can see that here I used a subtraction sign. Okay, s minus b equal to 4. But here you can see that if here I didn't mention the s and b, okay, before, okay, before just executing this particular cell, so this is invalid variable name. Okay, and here you can see that this is the, you can say that the, in the variable name, okay, there is no like that, you can use any big variable name, any small variable name. Okay, but starting with the letter or the underscore character. Okay, so this is again the valid variable name. And see, okay, here you can see that I use a age. Okay, and all the letters are small. Okay, but at the time of getting the output I used a, okay, initial a, which is nothing but a capital one. Okay, so which means, okay, the Python is a case sensitive. Okay, Python is a case sensitive. If instead of this age, if I use this a as a capital A instead of small a, then Python will give me the error. Okay, and these are the some valid variable names, and here you can see that these all are the invalid variable names. See, these all variable names are the invalid variable names. Okay, and after this, okay, see, you can't use a number in the beginning of the variable name, you can't use any operator, per, plus, minus, subtraction, division, okay, multiplication, okay, or any different symbol. You can't use a space as well. Okay, now here many times, okay, if we wanted to just uh, find out the data, so at that time we have to uh, go with a multi-word variable names. Okay, so many times you will see that in census data we have to uh, just mention a column name or the data name, okay, which is nothing but the in multi words. Okay, so at that time, okay, in Python you can use a different types, okay, of writing multi-words variable names. So first type is nothing but the camel case. So this is the camel case. In camel case, each word except the first starts with a capital letter. So see, this is my first word, this is the second word, okay, and this is the third word, okay. So each word except the first word starting with a capital letter, which is nothing but the camel case, okay. Now second case is nothing but the Pascal case. So in Pascal case, each word start with a capital letter. So see, from the beginning of my word, okay, see each word, okay, or you can say that the each letter of each word, okay, sorry, the first letter of each word is the capital one, okay. See, and lastly, and most of the time many developers and many data scientists, those who are working this case, which is nothing but the snake case, okay, means they are gonna use the underscore character to separate each word, okay. So in this scale case, snake case, each word is separated by an underscore character, okay, like this. So see, this is how you can just use, or you can just create your own variable names, okay. Now after here you can see that now you can just go and in Python you can just in a one line you can type many values, okay, and you can assign these values, many values, to the multiple variables, okay, like this, okay, means x equal to orange, y equal to banana, and z equal to cherry, okay. And see, let's go and print the output of xyz and see the output of xyz, okay. This is how you can just go and you can use this many value to multi variables, okay. Or you can use multi variables, okay, multi variable names to one value, okay, like this, okay. And here you can see that, okay, the first thing is that, okay, here I'm writing the first string value and I'm assigning to the x variable. And see, after this, here I'm just finding out the type, which is the string one, as we know, okay. Then here you can see that again I'm just writing a Python is, okay, see, Python is, and I'm just finding out the type, okay. As we know, this the type of this Python, this is nothing but the string. And in the last, I'm gonna add these two variables, okay. This first is the string plus the variable x, okay, means this value. So let's go and run this, okay. Now here you can see that we got the output, which is nothing but the python is a Python is awesome, okay. So this is how you can just use a addition operator, okay. But it will work only when the both data types, both values data types are same, okay, like this. So see here, Python is awesome. So here I got the output because this is the string, this is the string, so that's why here it will, it just work, okay. And I got the output. If I used x equal to 5 and y equal to 10, okay, now these both are the both variables data types are nothing but the integer, okay. So just by using this x plus y, okay, here I got the output, okay. Here you can see that x equal to 5, the data type of x is nothing but the integer, data type of y is string, okay. And here if I'm not applying this method, which is casting, and if I'll just go and run this particular cell, so here see I got the error. Why? Because here this is a addition operator, okay. And if we wanted to add two values or two strings, then this operator, these two values data types should be same. Okay, so that's why here you can see that, okay, I can't convert this into the number because this is a word. Okay, but I can convert this 5 number into the string value. So that's why I just use the casting method str in bracket x. Okay, I just converted the data type of x variable. Okay, and after converting the data type of x variable, now this x variable's data type is nothing but the string. Okay, and now I can easily use a print method to add these two strings. Okay, now let's go and run this. So see here, I got the output. Okay, so these are the very basic things of Python, and this is how you can just go and you can just play with it. Okay, now see, these are the types. Okay, integer, float, complex number. Okay, this is a very in a way very rarely we just use this complex number in Python. Okay, many times we are going to use this, okay, integer or floats. Okay, and there is a letter reserved for creating complex number in Spyder or Jupyter Notebook is J letter. Okay, with the help of this only you can create the complex number or you can write the complex number. Okay, so after this, okay, see, this is the complex number and this is how you can just see the type of the complex, the variable which is the complex one. Okay, now this, with the help of this you can just go and find out the type. Okay, and like this, okay, you can just go and take any big number. Okay, and you will, Python will always give you the type. Okay, you can just go ahead and take any big number, Python always give you the type. Okay, in any case, in any different data types. Okay, like this. Okay, see, so this is how you will get the different types. Okay, you can just find out the different types of the data. Okay, and here also you can see the floating point numbers. Okay, because e is nothing but the e denotes as a 2.71. It's a very big uh, number, floating point number. Okay, but if you are using e, then you can just round off to the 2 digits. Okay, after the decimal point. Okay, and see, this is all about, then you can just go with the slicing. Okay, this is the string value and you can just find, you can just extract the slice, okay, of the string. Okay, like this. So index start with the 0 here. Okay, for h index is 0, for e index is 1, for l index is 2, like this. Okay, so in Python index start with the 0. So if I wanted to just extract particular part, sub part of this string value, so see, I'm gonna use the variable name. Okay, and in the square bracket I just, I'm going to mention the index of these words. Okay, like this. Now this is a, here you can see that the index to the end. Okay, there are different methods. Okay, here you can say that, or you can say that the slice to the end. Okay, so with the help of that, okay, here you can see that, okay, this is the to value. Okay, and this is the colon, and here I didn't add any number. Okay, so this is nothing but the index to the end, means after, means with, okay, at the starting of index 2, just go and take all the letters, okay, in the output. Okay, this is the index from the start. Okay, I want the all the value or the all the letters, okay, by the fifth index. Okay, by the fifth index starting from the 0 index. Okay, so this is how you can just go with the slice from the start or the slice to the end. Okay, or you can even use negative indexing. Negative indexing start with the -1, okay, and here you can see that, okay, this is a negative indexing. And remember guys, when you are using slicing, so at that time, okay, Python will exclude Python will ignore the last index. Okay, so if you are mentioning this -1, which means that Python just ignoring this exclamation sign. Okay, this is the -1 index, okay, in terms of negative indexing. So like that we got the output, this one. Okay, so like that we have, so you can just go and you can use slicing. Okay, and here you can see that again this is a blank space. Okay, but this is again the one some index over there. Okay, like this is a 0 1 2 3 4 5 for this comma and 6 like this. Okay, so for all, okay, for this is the total string. Okay, this is the total string, and here you are just finding out the small part of this string value. Okay, now there are various methods to convert your string value. See, because this is a text data or the string data, you can convert this data into, or you can manipulate this data. Okay, like this with the help of upper, okay, method, you can simply convert this string value from a lowercase into the uppercase. Okay, you can convert this string case, okay, from the uppercase to the lowercase like this. Okay, like this we have so many different methods. Okay, and we are going to use this for particular task, like in natural language processing. For pre-process the text data, we are going to use these few things. Okay, like the lower method. Okay, like the strip. Okay, for removing the extra blank spaces. Okay, these are the extra spaces, so for that reason we have to remove these extra spaces, so we are going to use the strip method. Okay, see, for this replace, you can replace any word, or even you can replace any letter or word as well. Okay, in your document you can capitalize this. Okay, which means that capitalize means just convert the first letter into the capital letter. Okay, then this is the most useful part of this method is very useful in natural language processing. Now here you can see that split. Okay, many times we have to convert the data of text into the number, so at that time we will have to convert this first from a one sentence to the list of sentence. Okay, see, here we have the list of words. Okay, from a one sentence, this is a total one sentence. Okay, and this is the list of the word in that particular sentence. Okay, so with the help of split, you can simply convert this into the list of words, or you can say that the bag of words, several different things. Okay, so in the split, okay, you can easily use a particular thing, like see, here I use this one. Okay, to just converting or splitting my data. Okay, so method returns the string in lowercase. So here in the split I mentioned the different, means I have to split, okay, this sentence wherever we have a white space. Okay, here we have a comma. Okay, so with the help of comma I splitted this sentence, or you can say that splitted this string value. Okay, like this. Okay, again you can, we already saw this. Okay, you can see. Okay, you can add the space in it. Okay, you can also use, okay, this one to add the space. You can also use this one to add the space. Okay, in your string value. Okay, and after this, here you can see that, okay, you can even use this string, means the casting method, or we have the another type. Okay, another method. Okay, which is nothing but the format method. Now see, this is the age equal to 36 and the data type of age is the integer. But here this is the, you can say that this is nothing but the text data or the string data. So by using the format method, simply I added the variable name over here and you can see that, okay, see here I got the output. Okay, so for that purpose we have to see, after installation complete, okay, just open the Jupyter notebook and create one folder. Okay, so after creating one folder, okay, just go and create the new Python file. Okay, like this. See, this is how you will see the Jupyter notebook. Okay, after opening the Jupyter notebook and go to the desktop or any folder and just go and create the new Python Jupyter file. Okay, and start uh, typing your code. Okay, okay, this is all about the basics. So like this, okay, you can use a format method. Okay, so if you have multiple quantities or multiple variables which are in a different data types, but you wanted to convert these different data types into or add into the string, then you can simply use a format method. Okay, so see, this is the your string and dot, you are applying this format method on this. Okay, so this is how you can just go for the format method. Okay, like this you have several things. Okay, this is all about the basics of the Python. Okay, and see here you can see that. Okay, now we have the data wrangling. Okay, data wrangling, why to just go with the data wrangling? Because see, after checking the basics of Python, okay, you have to apply the your knowledge on your data. Okay, you have to analyze your data, you have to pre-process your data. So at that time you have to just go for some pre-processing steps. Okay, you have to go for some removing some data removal, some missing value. Okay, like that. So for that reason, here you can see that the data wrangling with NumPy and Pandas. So these two libraries already installed in your Jupyter notebook. Okay, so for using those libraries, just go and import Pandas as well as the NumPy. Okay, so here see, I imported the Pandas library, and after here, okay, in the below code, okay, I installed the import the NumPy library too. Okay, so see, basically why to use Pandas library first for data wrangling? Because see guys, this is very important or very crucial steps of any data science project. Okay, but see, we have to apply data science in cybersecurity. Okay, so for that reason, here you have to just go through these few steps. Okay, then you can build the model. Okay, so this is the Pandas. Okay, first let's go and import the Pandas library and use it as the PD. Okay, means instead of using Pandas total, this whole word, okay, you can use PD. Okay, to reduce the code. Okay, now let's, here you can see that you can just go and small the display. Okay, this is not the, you can say that this is the optional one. Okay, now here you can see that. Okay, here I have created the list. Okay, this is the list. Okay, and this is the list of strings. Okay, or you can say that the list of columns, and here I am reading the data. Okay, now this is my data users dot dat. Okay, and here you can see that this is the my data. In the same folder we have the data. Okay, so if we have the data in the same folder, so there is no need to just go and add the path. So just type the data, okay, name and the format. Okay, data users.dat. Okay, and type the separator, because see here we have the instead of CSV we have a format .dat, so that's why separator and okay. So in the data there is no header, so that's why there is no column names, okay, so that's why header equal to none, okay. But after that I have to add the variable names or the column names. So for that reason here you can see that names equal to unnames, okay. So see, these are my column names, okay, and engine is Python, okay. Means see, I'm using this Python and I'm repeating these steps, okay, for different data set. First is the users data set, second is the rating data set, third is the movies data set, okay. Now this is to just show you how you can wrangle your data, okay, how you can do the data wrangling, okay. So see, you can just go and again see, this is the slicing, okay. Here this is nothing but the slice the syntax, okay. Here first you have the users data, okay, and here you are just checking the first 5 rows of your data, okay. So with the help of this you can simply get this first 5 rows of your data of users data set, okay. Here you can see that the first 5 rows of ratings data set, and here you can see the first 5 rows of the movies data set, okay. And if we wanted to see the total number of columns and rows, okay, with all the data, so here just go and use a name only, okay, and see, okay, total there are these many rows and these many columns. See, now in the Python many times you have multiple data set, okay. So but many times you have to merge the data and then you have to go for the further analysis. So at that time, okay, you have to merge your all the data, okay. So see, here you can see that you can simply go and you can simply merge your data, okay. See, and if you wanted to just see the particular cell, okay, particular row, so at that time see, I'm checking the zeroth row, okay, or you can say that the first row. So see this one, okay, 1193 rating equal to 5, like this, okay, and see, these are the values, okay. Now here many times and many interview questions, okay, the interviewer may ask you how you can just convert your data into the how you can just create the data into the pivot table, okay, like depending upon the different number of variables. So by using this line of code you can simply just go and you can create your own pivot table, okay. So this is how you can just go and you can create your own pivot table, okay. See, now you can just go with a group by method, okay. You just go and use a group by method, okay, on your title and see the size, okay. So see, title, in the title we have several, you know, that data types, okay. We have several the string values, okay, and here the number of times the you can say that the size of this, okay. Now after this, here you can see that the index, but here what we are doing, we are just extracting the index, okay, or extracting the movies that have received at least 250 ratings, okay. So like this, okay, see, so ratings by title. So sorry, I have to run this particular cell first, then I can go with this, okay, this one, and let's go and run this. Now see, we got the output, okay. See, we got the output. Now here you can see that, okay, you can simply use this one, okay, which is which one, this one, where is the activity, okay, this active titles. So see, here I'm gonna use active title, and see here you can simply see the the, the all the like gender wise active titles, okay. See, females and males, okay. Now you can sort your values of ratings, okay, gender wise in ascending order or descending order. Okay, this is by using the sort underscore values method. Okay, now you can do the same. Okay, and instead of checking the all the things, okay, you can just go with the only 20 entries. Okay, you can just check the only 20 entries of the male candidate. Okay, in the first you just check the 10 entries of the female. Okay, like this. Okay, now you can also go and you can just find out the new variable name, which is a difference between the mean rating of male and females. Okay, so see here, you are not only formatting your data, okay, you can create the new columns too. Okay, so which means that if you don't have any column, but you you think like that this particular column is very important for your further analysis, so you can create your own columns by using your data. Okay, so let's go and run this. Okay, so this is how you can just go and you can create the new columns too. Okay, and with the help of this new column you can go and sort your data too. Okay, see, this is how you just sort your data. Okay, or here you can see that if you wanted to reverse the order of rows, okay, and just wanted to explore or just wanted to see the first few lines, okay, or the last few lines, so like this you can just use this, okay, code to just find out the output. Okay, now more than that, okay, you can just go and find out the standard deviation. Means in the data wrangling, you not only formatting the data, not only creating the new columns of from your data, you can go and you can find out the some statistical values like standard deviation. Okay, this is the standard deviation. Okay, and you just by rating, okay, you wanted to find out the standard deviation of rating by using the title. Okay, means first you are group buying the title, you are just checking the rating and you are finding out the standard deviation, okay, of each title. See, this is very interesting part. And see, many times, okay, if you very interested about this data science for cybersecurity, then if you got the data, after getting the data, okay, this will take 70 to 80% of your time, data wrangling or data pre-processing. It is also called as data cleansing. Okay, but in the data cleansing again you have to add some more things. Okay, so we'll explain in depth, okay, in the upcoming part. Okay, so this is the very short part or very explanatory part of the data wrangling, how you can wrangle your data by using NumPy and pandas library. Okay, so see, this is after this, guys, that is the different thing. Okay, for importing the data of SQL in Python. But see here, if you wanted to import your SQL data in Python, so there is one package like uh, PySQL. So with the help of that, okay, like this is the package, okay, PD. Okay, so in the same way you can use that package, okay, for just importing your data from SQL Server, okay, into the Python. Okay, so this is nothing but a data wrangling with NumPy and Pandas. So after this, okay, after this, see here, you say that, okay, in the agenda, okay, we have completed these many steps. Now let's go and see the anomaly detection. Now anomaly detection is one of the most famous application of cybersecurity, and we can solve this problem, okay, or we can just find out the anomalies or we can find out the frauds, okay, of cybersecurity data, okay, by using data science. So let's go and apply our data science into the in the cybersecurity domain. Okay, so let's go here and see this is the anomaly detection. Okay, and here you can see that we have the data. We'll definitely share this. I'll share this all the data with you guys. Okay, in the at the end of the session. Okay, so basically see here you can see that what is anomaly detection. Okay, so in simple terms, okay, the let's say if we have a values like 1 2 3 4 5, and in this value 1 2 3 4 5 we have one more value which is 100. Okay, so that 100 value is the outlier. Okay, because normal values are nothing but the 1 2 3 4 5. So in short, the normal range of the data is 1 to 5. Okay, like we know that the blood pressure range, normal range is 80 to 220. Okay, but if sometimes the the BP will increase like more than 120 or decrease more than less than 80. Okay, so I can say that yes, if the BP or the blood pressure is less than 80, which means that is nothing but the outlier. Greater than 120, that is nothing but the outlier. So in the anomaly detection too, if the particular transaction, okay, if we're talking about in terms of online transactions, so if the particular transaction is suspicious, okay, so then I can say that yes, that is nothing but the anomaly. And from the data, okay, after gathering the data, we got the data. So now the task is to find out the suspicious activity or suspicious transactions. Okay, so that is nothing but the anomalies. Okay, so anomaly detection is the task of identifying the rare items, events, or observations which raise suspicious by differing significantly from the majority of the data. So typically the anomalous items will translate to some kind of problems such as bank fraud, a structural defect, medical problems, or error in a text. There are three broad categories of anomaly detection techniques exist. Now here you can see that these three category are also the category of machine learning. We know that in machine learning we have unsupervised learning, we have supervised learning. Many who know about this. Okay, same is supervised learning. This is the hybrid case of machine learning. Okay, so here you can see that you can solve the, or you can just find out the anomalies by using unsupervised machine learning too, which is nothing but the unsupervised anomaly detection. So unsupervised anomaly detection techniques detect anomalies in an unlabeled test data. Okay, now unlabeled test data means in the data we have only the input columns. Okay, and with the help of that, okay, we can simply just find out the anomalies. Okay, now here second thing is that we have supervised anomaly detection. Okay, now supervised anomaly detection means what? Someone who labeled the data in terms of normal activity and abnormal activity. So if we have the all the data with one more column which is a labeled column, okay, means each row is labeled as a normal or abnormal, normal or abnormal, like that. Okay, so if we have this input data as well as that one column of labeled one, okay, so by using these two things, okay, the input data and the labeled column, we can apply supervised machine learning to find out the anomaly in the data. So this is nothing but the supervised anomaly detection. Okay, then we have a semi supervised anomaly detection. Okay, so many a times we have to convert the input data, or many a times we have to pre-process the input data. Okay, we have to apply many things on that. Okay, like transforming the data into the normal, transforming the data range wise, okay, finding the missing values and all. So if we are transforming the data into normal, okay, or you can say that if you wanted to check the abnormal activities of the particular region, okay, so which means we are just applying some supervised learning on that. Means we are just taking one group of the data, okay, or one region's data. So how we just find out the one region's data? By applying clustering, okay, or one group of data, and then we can go for the finding the which data is normal one or which is abnormal activity. Okay, so this is nothing but the semi supervised anomaly detection. Okay, now after getting some idea of anomaly detection, what is anomaly detection, now let's see how to apply the various algorithms of machine learning to find out, to detect the anomalies in our data. Okay, so in machine learning we have one algorithm which is a support vector machine, this one. Okay, and with the help of support vector machine we can easily go for the anomaly detection. We can easily find out the anomalies in the data. Now there are many different, again, the types of the support vector machines, or you can say that the again the different algorithms in the support vector machine itself. Okay, depending upon the different kernels. Okay, now this is a very deeper part of the support vector machine. Okay, and here I'm gonna use one class support vector machine. Now why one class support vector machine? Because I don't wanna apply the supervised machine learning. Okay, I have to just find out the, you can say that the anomalies, the outliers. Okay, so for that I'm gonna use the one class support vector machine. So see here, I'm gonna import the numpy library, pandas library, matplotlib library. So why to use numpy library? Now with the help of numpy library you can create the arrays. Now what is array? Array is nothing but the matrix. Okay, and if you wanted to create the array or the matrix in Python, so you have to use NumPy library. Again, if you wanted to do some statistical analysis, you wanted to find some statistical index like correlation, then you can use NumPy. Okay, again there are many things. Okay, you can explore this. Okay, in the just go to the official page of NumPy. Okay, then second thing is that we have a pandas library. Now why to use pandas library? First and most important is to read the data. For reading the data you can use the pandas library. For data pre-processing you can use the pandas library. Okay, there are many applications or many use cases of pandas library, and it's very important library. Okay, so each and every data science project you have to use pandas library. Okay, because we know that first step is to read the data, second step is to clean the data. For that purpose we can use the pandas library. For pre-processing we can use the data, we can use the pandas library. Okay, then we have the third library which is matplotlib. So with the help of matplotlib, in the name itself there is a word plot. Okay, which means that you can use this library for data visualization. Okay, now here you can see that. Okay, see, this is the data visualization part. To visualize the anomalies, okay, for that purpose you can use a matplotlib library. Okay, and lastly, this is the library sklearn, scikit-learn library. Okay, so this is also the inbuilt library. Okay, there is no need to install this library. Okay, so here you can see that scikit-learn library. So in Python, this library is specifically for machine learning task. Okay, you can go and you can build the various different types of machine learning model by using sklearn or scikit-learn library. Okay, you can pre-process this, you can go for a feature engineering by using sklearn. Okay, and there are many applications of sklearn. Okay, so here with the help of sklearn, there is one module in the sklearn library, which is nothing but the svm. Okay, this is nothing but the support vector machine, and from this module I just wanted to import one class support vector machine. Okay, so here after importing this one class support vector machine, let's go and run this. Okay, means import this all the libraries. Okay, now sometimes it will take some time. Okay, so after this, okay, let's go and read the data. Okay, let's go and import the data by using the read csv method. Okay, and here this is the iris csv. Okay, this is just to show you how you can apply the one class svm. Okay, and here you can see that, okay, in from the data I just extracting only two columns. Okay, sepal length and sepal width. Okay, so let's go and run this, and this is a describe. With the help of this describe, okay, this describe method, here we got the count, okay, of the observations in the sepal length as well as the sepal width, the mean of the data, standard deviation of the data, minimum value of the data. These are nothing but the statistical term: first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. Okay, q1, q2, q3. This q2 also called as median. Okay, now here you can see that the maximum value. Okay, means you can find out the many things. Okay, by using the describe method. Now what is this? This mean, standard deviation, minimum value, this all, these are nothing but the one of the part of the exploratory data analysis. Okay, from here you can start your analysis. Okay, means these things are very useful. Okay, with the help of this, okay, see this is the mean. Okay, now mean says that the sepal length, average value of sepal length is 5.84, and the average size of sepal width is 3.05. Okay, standard deviation says that there is a variation between the sepal length observation, and which is nothing but 0.82. There is a variation between sepal width observation, which is 0.43. Okay, like this you can just go and you can analyze the data, you can find the insight from the data. Okay, and this is also called as exploratory data analysis. Now exploratory data analysis is a very big term. Okay, in that you can go for the testing of hypothesis. Okay, in that you can apply some statistical methods on your data as well. Okay, some inferential statistics as well. You can find out the confidence interval of your data. There are so many things in the exploratory data analysis. I'll explain in depth with what is exploratory data analysis, okay, in the course. Okay, as well. Then after that, here you can see that, okay, after some checking the some part, okay, some description about the data. Okay, so basically this is the already this iris data is already a pre-processed data. Okay, so that's why there is no need to pre-process the data, but in real life we have to pre-process the data. Okay, so we'll pre-process the data here. Okay, in the next part. Okay, so see, after this I'm going to create the model, which is nothing but the one class support vector machine model. Okay, here I'm using the rbf kernel. Now the radial basis function kernel I'm gonna use. Okay, and most of the time for this kernel, our radial basis function kernel is very good kernel, because it will give you the maximum time, it will give you the best output. Okay, then these two parameters is to just convert your model, okay, or just the tune your model from the lowest accuracy to the highest accuracy. Now there are various parameters, okay, there are various lot of parameters in the one class support vector machine. Okay, so it is totally depends upon you how many parameters you wanna tune. Okay, because if you don't provide this parameter, then automatically this one class svm takes a default values for these parameters. Okay, and after creating this model, I'm gonna fit this model on my data, which is this one, only 2 columns. Okay, now why I use only 2 column? Because to show you how you can visualize anomaly detection, because visualization is possible in 2 dimension or 3 dimension. So I will show you the visualization in 2 dimension as well as in 3 dimension too. Okay, so after fitting the model on the data, okay, let's go and make the prediction by using the model. Okay, so let's go and run the model, and you can see that Python is a very comfortable language. Okay, you can easily read the code. Okay, this is the model, this is how you are fitting your model on the data, and from here you are using the same model for the prediction purpose. Now prediction is nothing but the predict the your outcomes. Okay, predict the outcomes. So here you can see that, let's go and see the anomaly values. Okay, so if wherever you will find that y predicted value is -1, which is nothing but these values are the anomalies. Okay, so let's go and run. So these many data points are the anomalies. Okay, or the, you can say that the suspicious data points. Okay, so here you can see that just use a matplotlib library. Here I imported this library matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So instead of this total word matplotlib.pyplot, I'm gonna use this plt only. So here plt.scatter my data df. Here you see the sepal length 1 column, again the df, the data name another column, and here you can see that the plt.scatter and the anomaly values. So now these are my predicted values. Okay, so see here you can see that those are predicted values, those are anomalies. See, I'm coloring those into the red. Okay, and default data points, okay, those are in blue. So let's go and run this. Okay, so see here, after plotting the scatter plot, now this is a 2 dimensional scatter plot. Okay, so here you can see that these blue data points are the normal activity. Okay, and these red data points are the suspicious activity or the abnormal activity. Okay, so in cyber security, most of the time we are preventing our data from any threats. Okay, or if any fraud happened, so we have to find that that is particular observation, particular transaction is a fraud. So how to find out that particular transaction is a fraud transaction? So by using data science you can find that. Okay, so see, that's all about the today's session, and we'll go and we'll see the db scan clustering. Okay, uh, in the tomorrow's session, because see, okay, again if I just if I start this db scan clustering right now, then it will take so much time. Okay, and here again this is a data visualization part. Okay, and after that again I have to take one more example of anomaly detection. Okay, so for that reason, okay, we'll stop here and we'll definitely see the next agenda, which is anomaly detection, one or two examples, and the email cybersecurity threats detection. Okay, then you will understand how you can just uh, go and you can use the data science in the cybersecurity. Okay, so after, okay, so this is all about the data science. Okay, you can use in the cybersecurity domain.